Hello, Capricorn rising. It's me, Chloe. I'm so glad you're here. I have your rising sign horoscope for Virgo season. And there are two decks I'm going to be working with today. There's the Crystal Tarot, which is a beautiful sort of like stained glass style artwork deck. And then I have the Oracle is called Art Through the Star Stream, which is like super Aquarian. I'm really feeling like the Uranian vibes today. I'm filming this on the Aquarius full moon, so just a few days out from Virgo season. Um, okay, so for you, Capricorn rising, this is an activation of your ninth house, which does relate to to our beliefs and our spirituality, right? And Virgo is all about detachment and clearing out in that practical realm, in the mundane, in the physical. That's why they're famous for like being so well organized, right? Among other things, healing, of course. Perfectionism is the shadow side, but discernment is definitely the high frequency of that, right? So in Virgo season, it's like back to school energy. We have our mid-year check-in. We're halfway through the astrological calendar, and Virgo is inviting us to release any bad habits, any habits that are no longer serving us, that never did serve us. Setting intentions to release even at the Virgo full moon in 6 months from now, if you are, dealing with some really intense bad habits that are going to take time, time to release. Now is the time to set those intentions. But yeah, it's very much when you're going to implement new aspects to your routine that are going to better serve you, or release old aspects that are just like taking up time and energy but aren't really necessary, right? So for you, the realm is mental, and it's also that like soul, that like heart-led stuff, right? So when we talk about like beliefs and well, I mean, yeah, I mean, when you reconcile the ninth house and Virgo, it's very much like limited mindset or beliefs that you may have outgrown. So this is what's coming up for you consciously during Virgo season is like, do I still believe that? Does that serve me? Do I have new opinions on things? And really honoring and grieving if necessary the old outdated beliefs, the old outdated ways of being, of believing, to let those go and to honor them if they need to be grieved, because like you're not really cutting the cord effectively if you're just like, okay, I just let that go, sometimes with beliefs, because they are so tied to like your upbringing or your family or your culture. It can take a little bit of like effort, not just effort, but not just effort, but also intention, and not just intention, but also effort, and like any practical steps like through Virgo that might support you. So one of your cards is the Hermit card, which is interesting because this is very much the Virgo card. So love that for you. As a Capricorn rising, you probably appreciate like the practicality of like during Virgo, we Virgo, right? So the hermit is definitely that compassionate detachment, right? They are the healer that, lives on the edge of town in a cottage. They're able to, interact with the public world, with public life, but also have like their own, inner sanctuary, and they know what they believe, right? Um, the sun to me is very much more like outward and public, and of course like joy and shining your light. So thinking about for you in the realm of like beliefs and like editing, and paring down, I do think about what you may have been afraid to say publicly, or what you've been not comfortable acknowledging yet because you're still figuring it out. And beliefs are meant to change, they're meant to evolve. You don't necessarily need to like go public with it either. But who you are in that in that public arena as a Capricorn rising, you probably have like some sort of public persona, and that may or may not be harmonious. when you compare it to like your inner world and your private life, right? Like those could be very, very different. So just being invited to bring some, some harmony, some cohesion there, although you don't need to make your private life everyone's business. Like that's not about that. It's just if there's like an opportunity for further reconciliation is going to bring you some ease and comfort. Like if you can be on the outside who you are on the inside, um, that is a more easeful way of life and more integrity, which of course you love because like Capricorn, right? The oracle I have says create, activate your DNA. So I definitely see this again as that yeah, that reconciliation of public persona, of public life with your beliefs that you are curating. Like one of my favorite words for Virgo is curator. So thinking about yeah, what beliefs, what mindset you have been curating lately, and how that's actually creating your reality and creating who you are in the here and now, and embodying more of your path of purpose or like merging in with your higher self. Like you can actually see, I mean, the card is very dark, but her braids are like DNA strands. So she's actually like, this is like change happening on a cellular level, right? Like beliefs have so much to do with who we are and what we think about, um, every day and how we live our lives. So I don't want you to feel like pressure again with like the public part, but it's just a matter of that reconciliation or yeah, embracing like if this is resonating for you and there are beliefs that you had that you were sure were so sure they were true and you knew them to be true and now you're like questioning that, like allow that to happen, allow that cycle to end, allow that transition, allow Virgo to like sweep that away, clear that away, because it's so much easier to embody new ways of being and new beliefs and healthier mindsets, more productive mindsets, if we first can clear out the old ways. This has been coming up in so many of the forecasts I've been doing, like the inner work first and then the outer work. Like first you get right on the inside and then you can shine it out on the outside rather than some kind of like fake it till you make it outside in. Like no, in and then out. Right. And the same thing with like what we're calling in and what we're manifesting. Like we have to create space for that. So clearing out the old belief systems first and honoring them if they came from our family of origin, if they came from our culture and we feel like they need to be honored in whatever way, if that's going to help cut that cord and like actually clear that out to make space for like the new way of being, like who you are now, what you're truly aligned with now. I mean, by all means, right? I fully support you in that. And so I'm going to leave it there, Capricorn Rising. Thank you for tuning into the video. The collective energy forecast will have some more information for you if you feel called to watch that. And thank you so much for supporting my channel. It is, of course, yeah, it is a newer channel, so I always appreciate if you share any, liking and subscribing. But yeah, if you have any comments, I'd always love to know what your thoughts on the forecast are as well. So I wish you an incredible Virgo season, Capricorn Rising, and I will see you soon. Thank you. Bye.